A lot of people watched it, but nobody's watching day to day all day, unless you're me and just love this stuff. Procedures are okay, but we want to know, where do you stand? And so I think the more that politicians stop trying to be politicians and be people, then that will engage voters.
We reject alternative facts, so come on in here and let me educate you on the facts. Hello, everyone. Good evening, good evening, good evening. It's me, Quentin R. Giles, your host, but you know you got to call me Q. This is the Q and Q. You know how we do it here. when I be in the circles where you got to be proper, then talking, baby, don't call me Q. How's everyone doing? I see Spring Hugh. Oh, I'm sorry, your comment jumped. Spring Hewardson. From Davenport, Iowa. Shout out to Philly in the building, Indiana. We rocks with Philly. They're not going to stop your votes. Okay, Atlanta, Georgia, NYC, all of that. Hello, everybody. Hello. Thank you so much for being here. Another daily political briefing. Lots to discuss. If you were here yesterday, a little breaking news happened. As soon as we went on live, it was like I was doing the introduction and then the breaking news caught my eye and I was like, wait, what? And now breaking news over there as well, but they're actually talking about coronavirus and new records. Not that it's not a real thing, but that is something that we've experienced. Excuse me, I should have cut this fan on. Let me cut the fan on. That is something that we've been experiencing, but yesterday's breaking news centered around that court case and those redactions, that pay for play. You know, the bribery of it all. So it totally threw me yesterday, but yesterday was a lot planned to be chiller anyway. So thankfully, the breaking news actually kind of assisted us because I had nothing planned yesterday, to be quite honest. I was running around everywhere. So we have things to discuss. I have my notes. You all know what we do here, dissent, not disrespect. So definitely engage in the comments with each other. Definitely state your opinions and let them be known, but we do not allow disrespect. We allow differing opinions. We even allow opinions we don't like, but we do not allow disrespect. And there is a line I expect as adults here, hopefully everyone's an adult, that we can abide by that rule. If not, baby, the block button is always my friend. I don't mind using it. It is not a problem at all. So more housekeeping, then we're going to jump right into it. If you're watching on YouTube, there is a thing called Super Chat and Super Comments. That would be a way for you and your comment to be featured on the screen, and we talk about it and work through that thing. It also pours into me because to do a super comment and a super chat, it costs a little money. Now, you get to decide how much you put on there. That's the cool thing. Some people have given $50. Some people have given $1. You know, wherever you feel led to give, do that. I don't make specific requests when it comes to that. Whatever you feel, do that. It's appreciative on my end. It helps me, and we keep it moving. Other housekeeping. You know I got to put the link up in here because, baby, Goalie Gummies. Goalie Gummies. Now, if you were here yesterday, yesterday was the last day to get 30% on the Goalie Gummies. Now it's back down. My affiliate link still gives you a discount, but it's not the 30% anymore. But definitely get you a Goalie Gummy because first off, they so good. This is probably about my 10th one today. They so good. Hold on, wait. Let me get one more. Because see, you just got to go back to it like crack. Not crack. Excuse me. I'm not trying to be insensitive to anybody that struggles with substance abuse. But crack is always an analogy for me when it's just be so good. I'm like, it's like crack. I don't know what to do. You just got to keep coming back to it. But no, get you some Goalie Gummies. That's the link in the bio. Also, link in the bio, you can subscribe and sign up for the Patreon. Got some new content coming out. If you saw on my Instagram story on my personal page, I just shot another segment for Beneath the Surface that I was in the middle of editing right before I came on here. So I'm super, super excited. You said, why are you eating them? You're supposed to eat them. It's a supplement. All right. So let's get into some things. Yes, I decided we are doing a watch party for the Georgia debate. Thank you. That's some more housekeeping. We are doing a watch party for the Georgia debate. My graphic designer is whipping up the flyer for that right now. He told me he won't have it until Friday. So just know we're going to be doing it. But, you know, I like my fly. I like things that look nice. So I have not put up a registration link on my website yet. I'm waiting on my guy to finish the flyer, and then I'll put that up on the link. So keep an eye out for that sometime around Friday or over the weekend. But yes, we will be doing the Georgia Senate runoff debate watch party with Warnock versus Loeffler. Perdue has decided he is not debating Ossoff because he don't want another public spanking. So there's that. Let's get into the news. So the thing that everybody's talking about right now is Barack Obama. Baby, now the peoples is mad at Barack Obama. The peoples is upset with his comment surrounding defund the police. Now, Obama was doing an interview. If you hadn't seen it yet, Barack Obama was doing an interview where he was basically saying that, you know, he called defund the police basically like a catchy catchphrase, but saying that you will lose people with saying things like that, or you can lose people with that, right? And so people were upset. I'm not gonna lie, when I first heard it, I was like, excuse you? And I think I understand what Obama was doing, but I'm not finna, I'll create space for Obama after I say what I got to say. We've said 24,000 times, I'm really kind of tired of explaining it, that defunding the police does not mean the eradication of the police. Is there a small group of people calling for that? Yes. But how unfair is it to define a whole movement and to define a whole moment based on a few? Because when we do that with the white supremacists over there with the Republican Party, y'all act like we done something wrong, when it really doesn't seem like a small fringe over there anymore. But, you know, you get what I'm saying. So, one, Obama, we tired of explaining this. Defund the police, period. Respectfully, Mr. President, respectfully. But yeah, I felt a certain type of way about that as well. Because we mean that. If this is an analogy I've used before. If we all had a business, or somebody had a business and it was failing, would we continue to dump money in it? In a failing business? Oh, I'm not going to say that. We wouldn't do that. We would not do that. Okay, if a business was failing, a smart investor, you know, or somebody that wanted to invest money in a business, right? Because investors want to return their money. If they see a business is failing, why would they keep putting money in it? So the police work for us. Our tax dollars fund them. Y'all know I'm big on my tax dollars and who get paid by my tax dollars. My tax dollars fund you. I'm not going to keep paying you to kill me and kill people like me. Just like I tell people they need to be involved in politics, because your tax dollars that you pay, or you goes down to the jailhouse, funds politicians. It pays politicians' salaries. Politicians create laws that you must abide by, or there are negative consequences. So you pay people to tell you what to do. I pay the cops to protect me. I pay the cops to keep the peace, not to come out here and roll up on us like they're crazy. If you want to be a warrior, you need to go to war. You need to go to the military. Those people go to the war. Cops are peace officers. You need to keep the peace. And since it's my tax dollars, I say keep the peace. So yeah, we need to pull some money out because y'all don't know what y'all doing with it. Clearly, everybody keeps saying, oh, we need more money. We need to keep training. No more. Why? How much more training are you going to get? How much more can you do? How much more can you do? You're not getting it. You're not grasping. I don't know how to pay to train you to not view me as a threat. But clearly we need a whole new system. So, yeah, I felt a certain type of way about Barack Obama saying it. Do I respect his right to say it? Yeah, he can say it however he want to feel. And I can feel how I want to feel about what he said. I don't like it. I don't like it. And a lot of other people don't like it as well. You see more of the progressive wing of the Democratic Party really coming out and saying like, bro, what? No, we're not having that. You know, I'm tired of people telling me what I can and can't say to make other people comfortable. Now, this is not about a respectability politics, and this is not about being politically correct, because I think that wait, Tammy Thurston up in here? Tammy Thurston. Hey, everybody say hey to Tammy. Everybody say hey to Tammy Thurston. Tammy, you done made me lose my train of thought. What was I saying? It was going to be a good one too. Oh, that's right. I'm tired of being dictated how to express myself when I want legislation and when I want change. And I'm not talking about respectability politics, and I'm not talking about people not wanting to be politically correct. A lot of times, especially with Donald Trump, they use that idea of, oh, you're just trying to be politically correct as a cover to say whatever it is they want, as opposed to taking responsibility and understanding that their words have power and have meaning, and that you should, whether you agree with people or not, use language that is still respectful but disagree, period. So I'm all on board for that. I'm all on board for giving people basic human respect. When I say defund the police, who did I disrespect with that? Who? So it's not like I'm using some phrase like you see Trump people calling for election people to get shot. That's dangerous. That man needs to be behind bars because you're inciting violence. When I say defund the police, I'm not coming at anybody's personhood. You are a cop. You are a police officer. Okay, you take that uniform off. That police officer is not who you are. It's what you do. I'm Black. It is a part of my DNA. The melanin in my skin is literally attached to my DNA structure. So this is who I am. I can't take this off. Wouldn't want to take it off anyway. Baby, do you see what God has blessed me with? Okay, and this is not an ego thing. This is a reaffirmation of self. Reaffirm yourself as well, not idolizing yourself. But God chose me to be Black. Jesus chose me to be Black. So I don't expect people that I pay out my taxes to go around and kill people that look like me or to abuse people that look like me because you don't understand me and you view me as a threat for whatever reason. When you the one with the gun, I ain't even got guns. You the one with the gun, and I'm the threat. I see we have a super comment here. Baby, that Obama thing made me mad. I didn't like that. I did not like that at all. Aaron E. Shout out to you, sis, for the super comment. Y'all, that's how we do it right there. Drop a super comment. You should see that somewhere in the chat on the YouTubers and all of that. We love that. Thank you. Branding is everything. He is 100% correct. The message is lost in the slogan. Sadly, America is instant gratification society in whom do little research. Case in point, Trumpers. Reallocation is a better word. Well, one, the Trumpers were, let's say Trump supporters, let's not be disrespectful. I agree with you, Aaron, up until a certain point. Branding is everything. This brand is intentional. It is to cause a shock value because you are not listening at all. You're hollering by people rioting. Okay, cool. We ain't even tell people to go out there rioting, and we still know that white supremacists integrated that and create a commotion. But if I sit and say, can we reallocate funds for the police? Nobody's listening to me. Nobody's paying attention. So the language used was very intentional. It's saying that's what we meant. And we don't care if you don't necessarily like. It's a whole lot of stuff we don't like, but you still put them chains on us to a certain extent. You still do things. You still have laws and practices in place that disproportionately disadvantage me, but I have to deal with it. People that look like me have to deal with it. We still got to move a certain way. Dress a certain. I did a book club this past weekend or weekend before last on with how to be anti-racist. Side note, we will be doing the book club. Now, Barack, we still going to read the book. Now, this is still my forever president. So be clear. I can disagree with him all day long on this, and I do. Baby, the book is thick, but we're doing the book club. And he got the nerve to tell us this is just volume 1. Anyway, what was I saying? I got sidetracked. So we were doing the book club. Man, my bad. I got sidetracked. I forgot. Anyway, okay. So let me move on. I forgot. I was really going to make a point. The books had threw me off. But I think the branding is correct. The branding, it is what it is. We mean what we said. Defund the police. Period. Like, I'm tired of tiptoeing. I'm tired of tiptoeing. We've been tiptoeing all our life. Been tiptoeing all grandma life. Been tiptoeing all mama life. Like, I'm tired of tiptoeing. I said what I said. No one is being disrespected. That is a job. It is not your personhood. So I don't know that I have any space anymore for you, not for you specifically, Aaron, but I'm saying you as in at large, for people to somehow tell me how to resist, to tell me how my protest should be, to tell me how my challenge to the system should be. You don't get to decide that. I get to decide how I protest. I get to decide how I challenge the system. I get to decide how I push the status quo. You don't get to do that. You do not have permission. Period. Let me move on. Aaron, that wasn't a you, sis. I'm just talking out loud. Thank you for the super comment. We appreciate that here. We appreciate that. Yes, everybody saying hey to Tammy. Y'all, Tammy Thurston, like I told y'all before, correct, Sunkissed and fabulous, and period. Like I told y'all before, I don't even know Tammy Thurston, but Tammy supports me so hard. Tammy is also one of my people on Patreon, and I just love saying her name. Thurston. I'm pretty sure she says it Thurston. It's probably Thurston. It's probably real proper, but I likes to put that Texas twang on it. Period. Oh, this is a good question. How long do we have to read the book? How long do we have to read the book before we participate? Because it's so thick, it's probably going to be towards the end of the month. I may even push the book club back to January because this is a lot. This is a lot. I didn't even look at the page count. He passed 700 pages. Baby Barack was writing. But I'm gonna put the link down right here again. You can go ahead and sign up there. Just look for book club on that link. Click that, and you'll be able to sign up. So that's that. So people are upset about it. But what I will say is, even over here, y'all know I actually identify as an independent, but I caucus with the Democrats. One thing that I am appreciative on this side is that there's space to actually criticize something that one of our leaders did, and nobody's scared to do it. As opposed to the other side, Trump running amok, and y'all know good and well y'all don't stand for it, but they wouldn't say anything. Barack Obama is still our forever president. We still stand him. We still rocking with him and T-Shell. We still going to the barbecue. We're still doing all those things. Normalize disagreement necessarily falling out. Now, again, as long as the disagreement, and not now again, but as long as the disagreement is not rooted in my oppression, disagree all day. Just like politics. I don't mind black people being Republicans as long as the policies you're not advocating is based in my oppression. Advocate. Go ahead. That's what you think is right. Go ahead. Long as I don't have to be oppressed, I ain't got no problem with it. No problem. No parts of that. So yeah. So we disagree, Barack Obama, and we still love you. Defund the police. Period. What's good? Somebody tell Sasha and Malia to tweet #defund. No, don't do that. Don't do that. We're not trying to cause no family disruption. No. Let them live their life. Let them live their life. They keep going after Sasha Obama too. Like, we haven't been in college. I mean, granted, I'm not gonna advocate for her doing whatever she's doing, but like, I've been to college as well. I've learned since I've grown, but y'all need to leave that girl alone. Pushing in. Excuse me. Agree to disagree. Yeah, agree to disagree. Like, again, long as it's not based in oppression, but agree to disagree. Cool, and move on. It's very simple. It's called, you know what it's called? Adulting. That's what that's called. Adulting. Recognizing that everyone is not going to think like you. Everyone is not going to want the same things that you want, but still finding a way to, move, not necessarily move past that, but be able to compartmentalize and be like, okay, well, we don't agree in this one thing. Cool. Let's continue to move on. I still have fun with you at the barbecue. We just don't agree. Me and one of my good friends, like, we literally do not agree wait, not that we don't agree on everything. That's not the right words. We agree on a lot of stuff, but we do have full blown like, no. Still a really good friend. Again, it's not based in anybody's oppression though. So, all of that. Let's see. So in that space, right? Or not in that space. I was going to tie it, but I'm going to do it the other way. So another report or a new thing that happened today as well is civil rights groups are reportedly upset necessarily is left out of the conversation with the Biden transition and also with the cabinet picks. You have legendary organizations like the NAACP, National Action Network, who are saying that they are not being brought into the conversation. Juxtapose that, you have newer organizations, civil rights organizations that say they do feel like they are being brought in. So there seems to be a little bit of a disconnect. Now, these older organizations are saying, they want to see more Black people appointed to the number one spot. Yes, Biden is building this diverse coalition. Some are saying that they are, I saw someone today criticizing the picks or criticizing the word choice of diverse when it's really a large amount of women. And I think what that person was saying is not that a large amount of women is a bad thing, but you're still missing the mark in diversity of race and culture. So yes, you are issuing in a gender diversity and bringing that in, which had not been there, but you are still missing the mark of ethnic diversity. And so these historic civil rights organizations are saying that, yeah, you also are bringing in Black folks, but you're putting them at the number 2 spot. Not to say the number 2 spot is wrong, but when we said we wanted to be brought to the table, we want to be the big baller shot caller. We want the number 1 spot. So we're looking now at 2 positions that are currently open that we haven't gotten any word from, which is the Defense Secretary and the Attorney General. Now, if you were here on the live last week, because today's Wednesday, that might have been Monday. But if you were here on the live Monday, we talked about Attorney General and my thoughts on having a Black male Attorney General specifically as one is nominated. So you'll have to go back to watch that episode. It is on the YouTube. And you can just go back 2 days. The lives get automatically posted. And so we walked through that whole thing and my concerns with having a Black person in the criminal or in the justice spot, always viewing Black people through the lens of criminality. And I explained that a little bit more from the Monday show. So definitely go and check that out. But the story today surrounding that is apparently on the short list is Kamala Harris' brother-in-law, which I just found out when I was sitting down. His name is Tony West. Apparently an extremely accomplished attorney, has done some civil rights advocacy, has been, I think I heard quickly that he was a deputy attorney general at one point. So definitely a qualified candidate. The only is he would be he is Kamala Harris's brother-in-law. And so the question about nepotism comes up. Now, the question about nepotism, I think is coming up on, let's just say this side, not necessarily the Republican side, although you already know the hypocrisy. You know they're going to bring it up and act like Ivanka and Donald Trump's children wasn't all in the White House when half of them couldn't even get security clearances and he had to override the FBI. So we already know that's coming if they decide to nominate him, but I'm not spending time on that right now. But you're seeing it on this side saying no, there are other qualified, competent people in this big tent Democratic Party, right? That it's the nepotism. We just did 4 years of nepotism, clear nepotism. And we don't want the appearance, because traditionally that's what you would stay away from, the appearance of impropriety, the appearance of nepotism, the appearance of corruption, which these past 4 years, baby, I don't even know. And so that's the criticism you're kind of seeing around him. So I'm actually going to do a little bit more research on him to see if he would be a good fit. Right now, I necessarily don't have a pick, because if you've been following me long enough, I wanted, I hadn't really thought about Kamala Harris as VP. I thought about her as Attorney General, because her whole mantra when she was running was, I'm going to prosecute the case against Trump, which I think was a 2-play. To be quite honest, I mean, it really worked out for her favor because she's VP or will be VP. But I always viewed that as, yes, she's running for president, but if she doesn't, she was trying to politically set herself up to be somebody's attorney general, because she kept using those words. And then we also know her iconic performances on the Senate Judiciary Committee, specifically with questioning Supreme Court Justice Brett Kavanaugh. That whole thing, hadn't forgot about that. So that's the talk right now. Like I said, I don't know too much about him. I would have to look him up, which I'm gonna do. We definitely talked about Sally Yates, who was the acting attorney general back when Trump first got in. She would be good, but they're saying that would be super, not that it would be super partisan, but that it would be, it would give Republicans on the Senate who have to confirm her like a lot of red meat to bring up the Russia investigation and all this other stuff. Well, she wasn't even the one that started the Russia investigation. She was the one that was actually trying to warn them about Michael Flynn. But the distorted reality that I guess people are choosing to live in, because it's a choice. So there's that. And then also the other position would be the defense secretary. And so bringing it back to these civil rights organizations, they are saying that those two spots need to go to African Americans, because those are the number one spots in that chain of command, because you've nominated people. Yes, you brought a Black woman for your VP, and yes, you got a few speck of Black here and there, but they're not in the number one spot. And so for equity and parity, we need some number one spots there. Yes, you're doing it for women, but don't necessarily lump Black people in the diverse category with just women. And then especially if all the women are still in the number two spot, we want a number one spot. We do. I mean, personally, I would rather see it in more than just the attorney general. It's just it's a me thing. I'm not pushing back. It's really just a me thing. Again, I explained it more in the previous live. Have to go back and watch the full thing. But it's just, I don't know. I feel like we're just getting lumped. It's another layer of lumping Black people through the lens of criminality. Even though it would be a great position. Hear me clearly. I hope I'm making sense. I hope y'all understand how my psyche works. It would definitely be a move. We've had a Black man attorney general under Barack Obama. It's definitely a move. It's definitely a number one position, but it's still just like, that's not all we care about. I don't only just care about justice. Like, yes, justice is a thing, and justice, yes, but who's running the EPA? Like, I don't know. Like, what else? What else? It's other things we care about. We care about the environment, the secretary, the education secretary, so anyway, that's just my thing. I see a super comment. Oh, this is another one of my great supporters. Sis always comes through. Correll Anderson Purcell. Definitely the first week I started doing this lives, I think you gave a super comment or a super sticker like every day that week. Like, you have no idea how much that means to me and helps me. So thank you so much. Correll has a super comment. Says, not feeling too well, but I missed last night, so had to definitely come here for the word today. LOL. Oh, I'm sorry. Well, one, thank you for joining us. I'm sorry you're not feeling too well. Oh, baby, is it the COVID? Is it the COVID? Put it in the comments. Is it the COVID? We hope it ain't the COVID. We pray it ain't the COVID. But we definitely hope you get better. Thank you so much for taking time in your not feeling well and still coming through. Like, thank you. I really appreciate that. I'm not crying. I've been kind of emotional for 2 days. I feel like I want to cry right now, but I'm not gonna cry. Ain't nothing wrong. It's just one of them days. It's just one of them days, man. Men can have one of those days too. I actually just did a video. I'm super excited for y'all to see. Like I said in the beginning of this live, I was editing it prior to coming here, where I kind of walk through some of that, like that emotional space that men are just now starting to access publicly, and making the case that we definitely need to sit in that, like, we're human. I don't know whoever came up with the idea, like, me man, me strong, me no have feelings. I'm a whole human. Like, I'm literally a whole human with whole human emotions. So I reject that and I reclaim my emotions. So that's coming. It should drop. Hopefully it drops tonight. Depends on how long I have to edit it. So cut your post notifications on the YouTube, because that's where it will be. Let's move into the next story. Let me, somebody said men made that up. I don't know why we did that. I don't know why, because I'm like, why I can't cry? I'm sad at this, but I can't. Okay. Drop the link again. Make sure you get your Goli gummies. People, make sure you get your Goli gummies. Definitely missed out on the 30%, but we do have some more discount on there. The link has that. The link has my Patreon. Another way to support. If this video is feeding you, if you're learning some stuff from this video, make sure you share it with your friends. Definitely share the YouTube with them. I'm trying to grow that, people. And if you see ads on the videos, not just from me or from some of your favorite creators, make sure you watch the ads, because when you watch the ads, that pours into our pockets financially, and we need those things. So thank you so much. Okay, so next story. We talked a little bit about this yesterday. I'm gonna tie these two stories into one because it happened yesterday. As soon as I logged on, the breaking news of the court case and the redactions and the bribery of it all. So found out today that like 9 pages of that is redacted. Like it's all blacked out. So it's all juice. It's all juice. Like I'm like, what is behind the black lines? What's behind the black lines? That's what I need to know. What's behind the black lines? Because we want to know. We need to know who's doing the bribing, who's doing the scheming. We want to know those things. So yeah, that's a thing. I also found out that it's we're not going to have like up-to-date updates because it's an active court case. So there is still a full live grand jury going on, meaning that no one has been indicted just yet. But it's just interesting to me that it's so much redacted. Like it's a lot, which is very Trump presidency when we get these court cases surrounding him. They are hardcore redacted. And so I'm interested to see what's in those lines. I'm interested to get the full Mueller report, like without the redactions. Declassify that, new attorney general, whenever you get up in there. Declassify that one. So that's what we found out. It's a bribe. I'm thankful they're using language that everyone can understand. Bribe. Like I made a video earlier talking about the Ukraine scandal and the impeachment, and we kept saying quid pro quo. And I'm like, say bribe, say bribe. People don't walk around talking about quid pro quo. Like, yes, some of us know what that is, and no, people shouldn't feel bad if they didn't necessarily know. Quid pro quo, it's a dead language. It's Latin. Why are y'all speaking a dead language anyway when we're talking about impeachment and everything? It was a bribe. Say that. So I'm thankful that they're using bribe now so we can all be on the same page and we all know what we're talking about. Oh, shout out to you, Von Dunn. That is a super sticker, people. Definitely. We love those. Thank you so much. Shout out to you. So we'll be checking out on that. And in the line of bribery and all of that and potential criminality, we also find out, which we already knew, but these reports are starting to get more confirmed, that Trump has been discussing issuing a pardon for his eldest 3 children, Jared Kushner and Rudy Giuliani. Again, I've told y'all before, I'm not surprised at that. Like that doesn't make me go, oh my gosh, I've seen that coming. I know that's coming. What I will be surprised at is when it happens. That is what I'll be surprised at. Real quick, shout out to you, Carla Scott. Thank you so much for the super comment. I get what you mean. Education is important to me. He has to choose the person for education. DeVos was a joke. Hello. It felt like a slap in the face. Like really, with that pick, he definitely needs to pick somebody that's competent that need to get our childrens together. Oh my goodness! More super comments, y'all. Yes, thank you, thank you so much. Okay, so Dana After Dark. Dana, what this is? You got a little Abby? A Dana After Dark podcast. I'm trying to look at your Abby. It's small on my screen. I'm gonna have to see what that is. Okay. Okay. Back to the super comment. People, we love these super comments, super stickers. Thank you for making it where I understand much more than I did before. Saw your TikTok and had to follow on YouTube. Keep doing what you do. You have my support, sis. Thank you so much. That is literally how this all started 2 years ago. I was like, I like politics. I watch the news all day. I'm consuming news all day. And I know people don't understand, what this is, especially when we start talking about geopolitical politics, which is basically international diplomacy, but they use so many different words and interchangeable words that it can be confusing for people. And then especially we start talking about things and those things are based in a history that we're not aware of. It was like, okay, let me find out what happened back then. Let me bring it all the way up to today. And then let me just give it to the people so that we all know. Never in a million years that I think it would turn into this. I just planned on talking. Like, so you have no idea how much when you say that, yes, I'm thankful for the monetary support, but when you say, it made you understand so much more things like, yes, that was the mission. So, that was a little aggressive in my chest. Thank you so much, Dana After Dark. So we found out, like I was saying, that he has been thinking about doing that, and he's mulling about potentially pardoning himself. What was interesting that I heard today was that he feels he's basically saying, they're going to come after me because they haven't been able to get me, so I have to pardon my kids because Joe Biden is basically going to seek vengeance on me, right? Come after my kids just to get at me. I don't know Joe Biden personally. Don't know him, ain't never met him. I've seen the speeches, all that good stuff. Joseph, I still say hit that job, Joe, when he came out there with him and Kamala finally found out they won. Hit that job, Joe. But he doesn't seem like a vengeful person. And it's interesting that Trump is scared that Biden is going to pull a Trump, because that's how you got impeached. You went over there, down there to the Ukraine, tried to bribe them people or do a quid pro quo. Come on, somebody. And try to drag Biden's child, his only son that is still living, his remaining son, and try to muck up the waters and pull his kid through some public spectacle, all the while we know that his kid has had some substance abuse issues. Ooh, that kind of goes to that crack joke I made earlier. Maybe I got to stop making that joke. Let me think about that. We know his kid has had some substance issues, so that could totally be triggering. But keeping in mind as well, politics, like Joseph and his family understands how politics can go. So I'm pretty sure they still surrounded him with love and all of that. But you're scared that Joseph is going to do to you what you tried to do or what you partially did to his kid. No, Joseph ain't really interested in that. He said as much, and I don't get that from him, that he's a vengeful person. But what we do want, I don't want vengeance. Vengeance ain't mine. Vengeance is the Lord's. I don't want vengeance. But if you was in there breaking them laws, hello? Since y'all love America so much, since nobody's above the law and we patriots and all this, if you was in there breaking them laws, then I want the criminal justice system to do what it's supposed to do. Now, that's what we want. That ain't vengeance. That's how we say we do things here, right? That is the status quo for what we say we do. So if that's what we do and that's what we've been doing, let it be done to you. That's not vengeance. That is not vengeance. That is reaper meets sower. That's what that is. So I think it's just interesting. I'm like, this man is psychotic. Like, that was the interesting part. Like, you're scared that he gonna do to you what you did to him. You didn't have to do that. You totally did not have to go and do that. You totally did not have to try to lie on this man's son. This man, only remaining son, who we know has had personal struggles with substances. Like, you did not have to do so much of what Trump did. He did not have to do. And now all of a sudden you want me to believe that you got to pardon yourself, or you want me to believe that big bad Joe Biden is coming after you? No, the law is just catching up with you. Period, poo. We got a super comment. Let's do some housekeeping. Aaron E, shout out to you, sis. Oh, Aaron's back. Shout out to you, sis. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Another super comment. In order to accept the presidential pardon, you have to admit guilt. Admit guilt. What would they be admitting to? Gag on that. Period. Adam Schiff came out earlier today Adam Schiff came out earlier today. Y'all know Adam Schiff is the House Intelligence Committee chair. And the question was asked to him, like, if Trump tries to self-pardon, like, who challenges that? And he basically said that a U.S. attorney, so like take the Southern District of New York, who is famously independent, although they are a part of the Justice Department. Remember, Donald Trump is an unindicted co-conspirator in the Michael Cohen court case, where he was named individual number one for campaign finance violations to the law, for paying off porn stars to keep quiet as to not change the outcome of the election. You can't do that. And Donald Trump signed the check, and we got him on voice recording. Well, per the DOJ, we talked about this a little bit yesterday, per the DOJ, their Office of Legal Counsel in the DOJ has a memo that says you cannot indict a sitting president. I gave you a little history lesson yesterday as well. Baby, I taught y'all a lot yesterday. We had a whole class. The reason the DOJ has that is going back to Richard Nixon. Prior to us knowing that Richard Nixon was corrupt, his vice president, Spiro Agnew, was corrupt. So the Justice Department didn't know, I don't know why they didn't know, if they could go after a VP. So they drafted this this memo in the Office of Legal Counsel saying you can't indict a sitting president, thereby giving them the rules and the space to go after the VP. Now, that's not even a law, which I went off on a tangent about that yesterday. That is an opinion. But since they operated under said opinion, they did not, bringing it back up to today, indict Donald Trump in the crime that Michael Cohen went to jail for. So how does this play into the pardon? If the Southern District of New York, per Adam Schiff, decides that they do want to indict the unindicted co-conspirator, individual number one, who is Donald Trump, per Michael Cohen, and he was either in front of the Senate or the House. I can't remember what chamber of Congress he was in. His testimony, he blatantly told us who individual number one is. Then that would challenge the pardon, because they would be prosecuting him for something that they know he's committed a crime for, which would eventually head its way on up to the Supreme Court, and then they would have to make the decision. Like I told y'all yesterday, a lot of people are scared of Amy Coney Barrett, but I'm not really too fearful of what sis gonna do. Yes, she has those comments about originalism, and I need to know how much original, how original she trying to be. Is she trying to be original, constitutional original? Because them things said I was 3/5 of a person. I would hope not, because she got black children. So I would hope she sees the value in black folks. But based on the way she's been ruling in some of her legal memos and scholarship as a justice, right? Not prior, that we can debate and we can scrutinize before she was even on the bench, but how she's ruling as a judge, she really doesn't seem all that far extreme. It really looks like she's sticking to what she said in her confirmation hearings, that she has her personal convictions, but that she will rule as a judge. Now, am I saying don't keep your eyes on Amy Coney Barrett? No. But what I am saying in relation to the pardon and all of that colliding up to the Supreme Court, you got 3 Democratic justices that you already know is not playing with Trump. That's a no man Pam on, period. Then you got Supreme Court Justice Roberts, which I think that's a no man Pam too. He don't really rock with Trump like that. And the things he's done, you've seen his rulings. I would dare say Amy Coney Barrett is going to swing that way as well. And don't forget about Neil Gorsuch, because Neil Gorsuch surprised us earlier in this year in his rulings when it came to civil rights. Don't even forget, what's his other name? The one that like Bill, I forgot his name already. The one that was talking about Squee, not Roberts. Come on, y'all. With Christine Blasey Ford. Why can't I think of this man's name? Wow, I cannot think of this man's name. I am literally drawing a blank. It's gonna come back to me. Kavanaugh. Wow. I could not think of his name I need to eat. I haven't eaten in like 4 hours. Wow. Whenever I like make it big on TV and stuff or whatever, whenever that gets here, I gotta make sure I eat. Note to self, always eat, because my brain literally shut down on me for a quick second. Even him, I was surprised at one of his rulings earlier in the year when it came to Trump's taxes in that New York State case with Cyrus Vance. So you see that, coupled with, you see how judges are ruling right now, even some that have been appointed by him in this election fraud situation, ruling against him. So I'm not really too concerned that somehow the system is going to break and they're going to be hyper partisan. But that's how it's going to get there. Like that, how we would potentially challenge his way or his. Oh, baby, let me eat a goalie gummy. I need some nourishment because this is not even a marketing tool to get y'all to buy goalie. I just need some because my brain is really like glitching. They're so good. Hold on, let me get some more. Wait a minute now. Baby, I'm gonna run out the bottle. I don't know if y'all can see that. I'm about to run out. That's so good. Anyway, sorry, y'all. But that's how we would get there for the pardon to be, well, since I did eat it, let me go ahead and post the link. Get y'all some golden gummies. I just put the link in the comments. But that's how we would get that. That's how all of that would culminate. And then the Supreme Court would rule on that. I'm not concerned with them ruling with Trump. I see them doing the right thing, that no person is above the law. And then that would also just go ahead and cash that whole notion of can a president pardon themselves. Let's see, we got another super comment. Sorry, I saw yours for a while, but I had to explain it with Aaron. Shout out to you. Thank you so much. I love this. I love this. Jacqueline Jackie just gave $10. Shout out to you. Y'all can do that too in the YouTube section. She says, hi, Q. It's Jackie from New York. I just got a notification about Ivanka, who was just deposed concerning misused inaugural funds. The lawsuit accuses the inaugural committee of pocketing the money. Oh, baby, I have to Google, because you know what's so rich about that? Melania Trump's, remember her friend that wrote that book on her? What's her name? Valerie Wilkoff. I think it's Valerie Wilkoff. She was over the inaugural committee. And I've seen interviews that she's done, and she was talking about that. She said that the Trump administration, she was the one, not the Trump administration, excuse me, let me be correct, that the inaugural committee for his induction into the presidency, she was the one that kept bringing up, like, something's not right. Where's the money going? Because remember, they raised all this money and ended up spending like pennies, essentially. I mean, they spent millions, but based on the amount that they raised and that they spent, like, it wasn't adding up. And she was the one that was saying that too. Well, when push come to shove and when stuff started happening, they turned their back on her and threw her under the bus and basically tried to pin everything on her. She said, I remember she did an interview on Rachel Maddow on MSNBC, and she said that she is involved in 3 investigations, or she is a willing cooperate. She's cooperating, excuse me, my words again. Okay, no, I want to eat all my goalies. I got to eat. She is cooperating in at least 3 investigations based on that. So that's interesting that you say that. I'm gonna have to Google that. I had not seen that. That must have just popped up, because there are additional lawsuits that's coming, probably why he wants to pardon his kids and himself. Baby, y'all can't do this. We're not having it. We're not having it. Here's another super comment from Anna. Shout out to you. Will Trump find a way to avoid prison? Even, let's say, worst case scenario, right? Even if he pardons himself and nobody challenges it, he has real state crime implications. He has Letitia James down in New York State. Baby, she's not playing. The New York State Attorney General, she's not playing. Cyrus Vance, Manhattan, not playing. Southern District of New York, who is the U.S. Attorney? I think it's Audrey Strauss. I don't know if Audrey Strauss will go after him. That's going back to that example I gave y'all earlier with deciding if they wanted to prosecute individual number 1. I don't know how aggressive Audrey Strauss wants to be, but she's on the federal level, but she Southern District, in New York. But he is still facing true legal liability. Oh, shout out to my brother. My brother's in here. Hi, brother. Let's see what else we got. Okay, we all caught up. So yeah, y'all. Yeah, it's a whole thing. Let me look on my list. I think we covered all the stories that I have for y'all today, and we pushing up on 48 minutes. Y'all know I like to get y'all in and out in 45 minutes. Oh no, we got more super comments. Q, it's pronounced Jaquinta. What did I say? Who did I? Yeah, I be pronouncing people's name wrong. What did I call you? I'm sorry, Jaquinta Jackie. Jaquinta, did I mess your name up the other day too? I gotta eat and do better. I am so sorry. Y'all, sometimes I be reading so quick and I be thinking so fast, the words be getting jumbled up, and couple that with my Texas twang, okay, that I just let fly out. Excuse me, Jaquinta. I am so sorry. Because not anymore, but I used to get annoyed. People would call me Quentin or Quentin, and I'm like, my name is definitely Quentin. Jaquinta said every day. I do this to her every day. I am so sorry, Jaquinta. I really am sorry. I'm going to do better. I'm going to make a commitment to do better. Somebody say it's them goalies. Y'all silly. Y'all are silly. Okay. Crystal Osborne. Oh, what's your P.O. box so I can send you some snacks? Oh, let me put my P.O. box. What kind of goodies you sending? Now make sure they can last, child, because I don't be at the P.O. box every day. My P.O. box like 30 minutes away from me. So make sure they don't it don't go rotten in 2 weeks. So I just put in the chat, that's my P.O. box. If you don't use USPS, then the address under it is still my P.O. box, but that's through FedEx and UPS. Another super comment. Thank y'all so much. We love to see it. We're loving it. CM20SW just sent $9.99. Hey, $9.99. Thank you. Thanks for the wonderful information with simple words. Q, take this and go get some dinner on me. LOL. Seriously, you are informative. Thank you so much. I'm gonna actually tell you what I do. Yes, I am gonna eat. What? Periscope didn't get your. So it didn't pop up. My P.O. box didn't pop up on Periscope. Sorry, y'all. Yes, I am gonna get me something to eat, y'all. I am so excited. Like I have updates. Let me just give you updates now because we've done with the news. I have brought on another intern. Oh, I'm so excited. We had another conversation today. Brought on another intern, so that's two interns. Y'all, we really about to do something with the content. So I cannot freaking wait. So yes, I am going to be using some of this money for food, but also other things that me and the team are trying to do. It all pours into this whole mission. So thank you for that. Any other housekeeping? I think that's all I have right now. So y'all, this has been fun. This has been real. I love when you all come and talk and chit and chat, and definitely with the super comments and the super stickers, baby. That is amazing. But I love you all. I will be back tomorrow, probably the same time. It seems like 7 p.m. Central seems to be a good time. Hold on, Jasmine Bryan say, shout out to you. Another super comment. I'm getting some Goli gummies. Get you some Goli gummies, girl. These when I tell you, okay, this is my 5th bottle in 2 weeks, and this is my last bottle. I gotta get me some more too. So yeah, y'all definitely share this content. Share with your friends. Like the page. Cut on your post notifications if you're on YouTube, so that way you always get my content. When I hop off of here, I am going to go and finish editing that other video I talked to y'all about. I'm super excited for you to hear it. Another super comment. Finally caught your live, and my phone is, not the phone dying, but you caught it. Yay. Yay. Thank you so much. Oh, another one. Y'all just load me up at the end. I love it. Oh my gosh. Y'all blowing my mind. Okay. Excuse me. Let's see. You say, love you, Q. Super comment from, I think, LL Cherry Johnson. Love you, Q. I'm so glad I found you on TikTok. I really enjoy you on all social medias. Thank you for always giving us the political tea. We will be joining the book club. Hey, yep. Make sure you join the book club. That same link that you can get the Goli gummies, you can join the book club. We will be talking about Barack Obama, I guess his life. I thought he was just writing about the 8 years, but I guess his whole life from conception. My goodness. So thank y'all so much. Video commentary and ads. What does that mean real quick? Jaquinetta. See, I said it right. Jaquinetta. What do you mean by that? Have them look into adding video commentary and ads. Let's see. So somebody is also asking, hold on. Let me put the link in. Hold on, y'all. Let me get the link real quick. Somebody is asking, how many are you supposed to eat? There is a recommendation on the bottle. So I would say follow that and also consult your physician. I am not a physician. I've been eating them. But it tells you on the bottle, on the back, it has on the nutrition label and all of that, but also consult your physician whenever you start taking a new dietary supplement. It is always important to consult your physician about that, because everybody's body chemistry is different. Okay, I see people saying they joined the book club. Shout out to you. Thank you for joining the book club. Oh, Jacqueline joined the Patreon. Shout out to you. Thank you so much. I just dropped the link. Shani Watson. I just dropped the link. That link again is for you to get the Goli gummies. It's my affiliate link, so it will give you a discount. At the same time it gives you a discount, they also loop around and give me a commission. So I just want to be upfront about that. It is a win-win for both of us. That link also will take you to the book club so that you can join our book club, which we're set to do it at the end of December, but this thing is thick. So we may push it to January, or we may do a 2-part. We may do half the book. We may do half the book and then half the book in January. Just let me see how I want to process that. That link also gives you the link to in there for my Patreon. That's where exclusive content happens. Also, I think at the bottom of that, it'll have all of my social media platforms and my email address. If you ever want or have an opportunity to book me, that's the thing. I know we're in COVID, so I've been doing a lot of virtual bookings, but hopefully I also have an idea whenever we get out of this to go on tour. Let me know in the comments. I'm gonna put it out there. I've been telling y'all all my little secrets. I had an idea a couple months ago, but pandemicing, right? And I was like, I'm gonna just go on a tour and I'm gonna do it myself, and I'm gonna call it the Talk Back. And I envisioned like going to like the major cities. I was gonna look at my analytics from like where are majority of my followers, and I was going to go to these cities and we were going to have a talk back tour. And like what we're doing here, we would do in person. Obviously a fees associated, right? I got to get out there, I got to have somewhere to stay, I got to book the venue, all of that stuff. But I was like, it was a crazy idea that crossed my head, and then I was like, I mean, why can't I do it? Like, why am I limiting myself? Because when it came, I was like, I can't go on no tour. Like, what am I touring? I mean, why not? Why not? So would y'all go? Would y'all come? I think it would be dope. I think it would be super fun. But baby, we in the COVID, so not now. Not now. I masked up and risked it and went on down to Miami. Oh, I'm coming out of my quarantine. This is the end of my 2 weeks. Ran down to Miami real quick. But not right now. I'm not going to be responsible for gathering people in large groups. Y'all ain't going to say I was the reason y'all caught the COVID. Oh, shout out to you. Thank you so much, Crystal Osborne. What about a podcast teaching political stuff? I have a podcast. I don't know if I can get you the link from here, though. I have a podcast. It's called The Q with Q. So if you look, it's on Spotify, Apple, Anchor. It's on like anywhere you can get podcasts. So just look for The Q with Q on your podcast. You'll see me, my face, it like pop up. My face is big as day right there. So definitely check that out as well. Y'all, I am about to hop off here. Okay, I'm seeing everybody. Yeah. I'm seeing people say yes. That's what's up. Great. I will say off rip, looking at the analytics, I know Houston is my number one market. That's probably because I'm here, and then a lot of people I went to school and stuff with. So Houston will probably be the beta tester whenever that happens. Dallas was one. Miami was one. Randomly, what random state was that? It wasn't like New Hampshire. I think it was like New Hampshire. I was like, who watching me in New Hampshire? And it was in my top 5. And I was like, New Hampshire? Like there was a random state, because I expected, I think Atlanta was a city. Atlanta was one. It was a city in New Hampshire, but I was like, child, I got people out there. I mean, hey, hi. So, okay, I'm seeing DC, Michigan, Florida, all of that. Yeah. Let's get out of COVID. Wear y'all masks. Let's get out of COVID, and we'll see what we can do. When you post the civic stuff, when will you post the civic stuff? I'm waiting. So thank you so much for the comment, Jordan. This will be the last thing, and then I'm gonna hop out of here. I mean, well, unless y'all keep doing super comments, and then I'll keep reading them. But so that's what the interns are for. That's why I'm bringing on the interns, so they can help me develop this content. So there is a new video from the interns with the civic stuff that will be dropping next week. It's all the way centered on the Electoral College, how it was started, what it was meant to do, its racist past, what it is today, and then should we keep it or should we abolish it? I'm waiting to post it because our 2020 Electoral College happens the 14th. So I'm trying to think strategically and market wise, it would probably be best, because I'm sure Trump gonna try to do something and it'll be back in the news with the Electoral College. post that video as close to that time as possible. So that video, that'll be the first of the series for the civic stuff, or the civic engagement or civic education, specifically on structures of government. Also, that's why I'm bringing on the interns. That's one of the things that they're going to be responsible for doing. That's one of the things that they want to do. Figuring out different things, or figuring out different parts of like just how our government works that people don't really know at large, which is probably, I mean, a lot, but just being like very targeted about it and bringing it here. So it's coming. We're still developing. I still have 2 more people I'm going to make an offer to. So total, I'm going to have 4 interns, have 2 of them right now. I still have to make the offer to the other 2. I haven't done that yet. So once the team is together, and then you give us about probably 2 weeks for them to get their assignments in, for me to film it, cut it, post it, we should literally be up and running by, I would say by Christmas. But that first video is coming next week. So thank you for that. Great question. I'm excited that you're waiting or ready to consume it. Yeah, it's coming. So guys, that is it. Let me just scroll through the comments real quick, make sure I didn't miss anything. Okay, yeah. So that's it for tonight. This has been great. Thank you all so much. I love you all so much. I truly mean that. And we will be back tomorrow at 7 p.m. Make sure you share with your friends, bring a friend, and tell a friend, okay?
A lot of people watched it, but nobody's watching day to day, all day, unless you're me and just love this stuff. Procedures are okay, but we want to know, where do you stand? And so I think the more that politicians stop trying to be politicians and be people, then that will engage voters.
We reject alternative facts, so come on in here and let me educate you on the facts.